Hello everybody and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. It's been quite some time since we've actually played this game, but there's been a recent update to it. If I can just have a look at the world map, I'll show you. What's this going to be like? Oh yeah, it won't show me because I'm not using a mouse. Hang on, let me grab my mouse. Down here, New Mexico has now been added, so you can see I've actually already done a run down to Hobbs and I recorded it, but unfortunately for whatever reason the microphone recording didn't come through, so here we are again basically. So I've played a little bit of it. We're just going to do a quick job. I think maybe we'll start off like, I don't know, like, let's do a quick job. Yeah, let's start off somewhere down in Arizona, which was also DLC by the way. Maybe Flagstaff, and then we'll try and go to somewhere in New Mexico, so we can see a little bit of that. Albuquerque. Oh, there you go. How about Tucumcari? That sounds like somebody from The Lion King. Okay, sure. Some empty pallets, that's an exciting payload, isn't it? So here we go. Now, I hope you guys are all doing really well. I'm doing great. This actual recording is going to be in 4K. So if you do have like a 4K display or anything like that, then you'll be able to take advantage of it yourself. And I guess we're just going to get started. The good thing about taking just a quick job is I don't have to drive to a location and do any of that. It's a pretty smart looking truck as well we've got. And the most boring cargo of all, empty pallets. So let's get going, I guess. Now, for those of you who've been watching the channel mainly for a while, you may know I'm a big fan of these trucks. He says crashing immediately. I'm a big fan of these trucks in games. I'm not a fan of driving in first person and trying to get out of somewhere. God. There we go. Should be okay now, he says. Okay, we're already having some serious problems. To do is give this a bit more of a wider berth. Turning circle on this truck is actually pretty poor. There we go. There we go. Okay, now let's try and work our way around here. Okay. Once we get on the open road, we'll be fine, don't worry. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of these. I mostly play a lot of now we need to go right actually. Doesn't appear to be anybody around as though, so I'm worried about this lamppost. I'm definitely going to hit it. There we go. Where are we? There we go. Jeez. This is like the most difficult opening I think I've had. Oh my god, look at this. Beating up like you there. There we go. Phew. Okay, alright, let's go. Now we can go back to the wonderful cab. There we go. Awesome. So let's just pretend none of that happened and we'll start again. So yeah, I'm more used to playing Euro Truck Sim. I kind of prefer Euro Truck Sim, but American Truck Sim is obviously like really good as well. I just prefer Euro because being from the UK, I just kind of know a lot more of the places and it's got a bit more of a feel. Yeah, I just kind of prefer the UK or European trucks as well, to be honest. Although I think the customization options for the American trucks are really good, so I may have to try and check them out. I just realised I'm on the wrong side of the road as well. Shit. So used to driving in Europe. That's so bad. I'm just gonna like awkwardly. Am I on the wrong side of the road? I should be driving on the right, yeah. Shit, this is gonna be real awkward. Okay. Go. Okay, drive on the right. Gotta remember, on the right. So we'll just go over this little railroad bit here. Here we go. Speed limit is 30 here. That's miles per hour. I still have it set miles per hour because I can't for the life of me understand kilometers per hour. So we'll just do that. Yeah, no one around here, so let's just go. Once we get on the motorway, we'll be good. Now, a lot of people, you might be wondering if you haven't watched any like Euro Truck Sim, American Truck Sim, or anything like that, and haven't done that much content in a while. You might be wondering, like, what's it all about? What is it? It's really very, very simple. You drive this truck, you deliver things. That gives you money to upgrade your truck to deliver things. That's really the whole loop of the game. In reality, it's just a really nice, relaxing kind of game. If you're doing something you just want to chill out, you can listen to music, you could watch something, you know, on TV or on your phone or something while you're kind of playing. Oh shit! Oh my god, how did I not crash in there? I have no idea how I didn't crash there. I just thought we were just going to be coasting along, but there's actually roadworks up ahead, so we need to like get across, I think. There we go. Because they're all going to be like pulling over now. Yeah, and as you can see, like the game itself is not really like any sort of like a masterpiece in terms of graphics or anything like that, but it's really good for what it is. And considering it's like a kind of fairly small indie studio who are doing it, they release kind of like fairly regular new updates at least once a year, sometimes twice a year, with like new areas and things like that. The recent one in Euro Truck Sim was France. It had a little bit of France in it already, but it expanded on it, and then now they're going to be doing, and I think it's going to be coming early next year, Italy, which I'm really looking forward to. I've always wanted to kind of, I guess, explore Italy a little bit and see that. And obviously they just got New Mexico. I don't know if the idea for American Truck Sim is to one day cover the entirety of America. It seems like a big ask because they've only got 4 states, I believe. I think they've got, and I might be wrong here, California, Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico. I believe that's correct. So they've only got like 4 states, so obviously, you know, to get all of them, you know, bearing in mind they're probably not going to ever get like Alaska, although Alaska would be fun. I guess they could do Alaska, and they're probably not going to have Hawaii, because I don't think maybe you get many like trucks in Hawaii, do you? I don't know though, but yeah, I mean, obviously, like the dream one day, I guess, would be to drive across America. I guess there are people who actually do that. Obviously, it would take a long time. You know, my experiences of this game, obviously, it is shortened down for the sake of, well, otherwise it would take, like, this is a 7-hour journey, which is going to take me, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes in game, maybe less than that, maybe 30 minutes, depending on how fast we're going. Obviously we're pretty much chugging along quite nicely now, yeah, if in real life, obviously, I wouldn't want to play the game if it actually took me like 8 hours to get anywhere, but I'd imagine if we're driving across like one state, you know, or 1.5 states, I would estimate to say that it would probably take you like maybe 6 to 7 hours to actually drive across America, like real time, in game. Obviously a lot longer in game, so that kind of would be quite fun to do. If they ever did it, I would definitely do that, I think, one day, as sad as that might be. Now we've got a weigh station coming up, but I don't believe we need to get weighed because it hasn't told me to, so we're just going to keep going. And obviously there's something really nice about just driving through this kind of desert. We can get the outside camera. It reminds me of Red Dead. I believe New Mexico is in Red Dead. I could be completely wrong. It could just be actual Mexico. I mean, it's confusing as hell if you're going to name a state right next to Mexico, New Mexico, personally. At least we had the decency to put New York the other side of the Atlantic and keep York in northern England. Okay, this guy's slowing down a little bit. Appears to be like some sort of helicopter up there as well. It's interesting. Wonder what he's doing. Shit. For God's sake. What is wrong with this guy? Okay, we just hit a guy. There we go. Go, go, go. Okay, he's going. Weirdly, I didn't seem to get any thing there. That's weird. Well, there must be like a fugitive on the run or something, because there's like 2 police cars. My goodness me. Oh look, yeah, I bet they did. I bet they caught this guy speeding. And that's what the helicopter was for as well. They managed to like box him in. Maybe that's why it didn't find me for crashing, because usually it would do. Got the cinematic camera on now. It's quite difficult to drive like this, but the good thing about America, roads are pretty wide, aren't they? The kind of cool thing as well about, and by the way, I might not do many more videos on this, if any at all, just so you know. But obviously I always want to check things out. I'll probably do a few videos on like Italy in Euro Truck Sim when it comes out. But we'll have a look and see what that's all about when it comes out. Now, recently I actually brought a car myself. And it was not a truck, but I brought a car as well after many years, maybe like 5 or 6 years of not having a car, not driving. Which was it's kind of weird when you start driving again. It's this kind of muscle memory kicks in, and you just know how to do it. Because I got my license when I was 18, I think. So I drove until I was about 28. So I drove for like 10 years. So I did a lot of driving. I used to drive a lot for work and stuff like that, like a long commute and stuff like that. So I was used to driving quite a lot. And obviously stopping for like 5 years because I moved to London, and it's kind of a little bit pointless in a way to drive around London because the public transport's actually really good and very cheap, so it kind of made sense to not have a car. But then certain circumstances meant that a car would be necessary again, and also I'm looking to kind of move away from London, so kind of go back to needing a car, because outside of London or outside of major cities in the UK, the public transport is not very good at all. Probably the same in any country really. You know, we're talking like train stations a long way away from where you need to go, buses that run like once an hour, stuff like that. It can be pretty frustrating. Even in like smaller cities, it can still be pretty bad. So yeah, it can be a little bit annoying, I guess, sometimes. So a car's necessary, but it's just strange when you start driving again and you're just everything just comes back to you so naturally as you like kind of driving around. I've done a few like long trips as well, and it's been really good fun to just drive around again, and realised like a few things have changed and stuff like that since last time. Okay, we need to do the next way station, which is just coming up on the right here. We need to pull in and get weighed. Okay, let's go here. Also, I wonder as well if we will see like a Tesla update for one of the truck sims. Well, probably American Truck Sim, wouldn't it? If you haven't seen, Tesla have kind of announced this like American like electric truck I guess just in America at the minute. Okay, good stuff. Which not only looks pretty awesome, but performance-wise is pretty awesome as well. And I don't know when it's quite going into production. I think it's going to be fairly soon, but it would be an interesting piece of DLC, wouldn't it? I mean, there's probably a mod somewhere where someone's already done it, but I would definitely pick that up. One thing I will say about like the Truck Sim games is that the game price itself and the DLC is all pretty reasonably priced. I think New Mexico, I can't remember how much it was maybe like £13, something like that. And like the France DLC was, what the hell was that? I swear I just hit something. Okay, maybe not. And the France DLC was like 20 quid, I think, but it came with quite a lot of stuff with it. So it was a little bit more expensive, but you kind of like also acknowledge that you are kind of supporting the developer of the game when you pick up the kind of DLC like this, and so I never really mind very much, especially when it's like a smaller indie developer. I was looking at Train Simulator. Now that is ridiculous, the DLC for that. I think it was, if you wanted to add all the DLC to the game that exists, it's like over £3,000 to do so, which just seems bonkers to me. Really, really dumb. But I guess it's the argument there, I guess, is that it's not, you're not really meant to have it all. You're meant to kind of pick and choose, because it was kind of like different trains and things like that, which I think the makers of this game, they do quite well, because they don't, sorry, I didn't realise the indicator was on there, they don't kind of do things like that where they like hold trucks behind. It's like, oh, give us $5 and we'll unlock this truck or anything like that. It's like the trucks in the game are in the game, you have to earn in-game money to buy them, which is obviously all fine. Even when you get the DLC, even when it comes with like paint jobs and stuff like that, you still have to buy that with in-game money that you earn. So it does keep things quite, what would the word be? It does make you earn the stuff, which is good. It's not just a case of buying stuff, and even though it's a single-player game as well, it doesn't really affect too much. So, like, fair play to them to doing that. They do have like little accessory packs and stuff like that, but they're all usually about £1.50 to £2, so they're all very reasonably priced. Unlike something like Battlefield 2, which is kind of very unreasonably priced, or at least the microtransaction side of it is pretty, like, pretty rubbish. I did a video recently on microtransactions where I spoke about the fact that you can't just kind of lump all microtransactions in one big basket and say they're bad, you know, they don't do anything for the industry, they should just get out. They're like kind of like anything really. It's like season passes and DLC. Like season passes can be really good. Look at Fallout 4. I picked up the season pass early, and then they had to raise the price of it because the content they were giving was worth a lot more than what they actually priced it at to begin with. You know, microtransactions can be very useful, especially for people who value time over money, shall we say. However, there's been a growing trend which I really dislike, around the kind of loot box microtransactions, because my biggest problem with loot boxes in general, and it actually applies to things like, I guess, card packs as well, for something like Hearthstone or other card games and stuff like that, is the randomness of it all, because it feels like you're getting ripped off, and you are really, but when I talk about the randomness, what I mean is, like, there are some games where you can, say for example like Assassin's Creed, you buy like these Helix credits, I think it is, and then it allows you to buy stuff just straight out, like upgrades or stuff like that, which is fine. It's a single player game, it's fine. Maybe you don't have the time to go around grinding, but you want to complete the story. It's fine, it's no problem. Because you know exactly what you're buying, you're going to go and pick it, you're going to buy it. Same with like Euro Truck Simulator, like DLC. You know what you want. You know, if you want the British truck pack, which gives you like these paint jobs with like the British things on it, you buy that pack. You have those available in game for you to get. What I don't like is where it's like, oh, the possibilities are you could get this, you could get that. Because it's not so much that it feels like gambling. Like a lot of people have this problem with it because it feels like gambling. I guess it does, and it's not a good thing. But it's more the point of just let people buy what they want to buy. You know, you don't walk into a bakery and someone says to you, oh hey, what would you like? And you're like, oh hey, yeah, I'd like that cream horn over there, please. If you don't know what a cream horn is, you're missing out. But and they're like, oh, that's not really the way this bakery works. So what it is, you give us $5 and we give you a box with something in it, but we're not going to tell you what it is. And you're like, well, hang on a minute, what if I don't want what's in the box? And they're like, oh, well, that's the fun of it. It doesn't sound very much like a lot of fun, does it? Wouldn't it be more fun if you could go into like Overwatch, for example, and you could see a skin of a character you really liked, and you could just go and buy it. It was like £1.50 or something, or a couple of dollars, and you could just buy it, and you could be like, oh wow, brilliant, I've got this skin. If you didn't, that is want to earn it from like in-game, like currency that you can earn while playing. Like, wouldn't that be good to just be able to do that? It doesn't give you any advantage in the game. It's a cosmetic item. But instead, what you have to do, you have to buy loot boxes. So you may have to spend 5-6 times the amount that the actual item would be worth, realistically, to actually get the item you want. I mean, that's ripping people off, isn't it? There's no two ways around it. It's frustrating, I think, Bridge, when people do that. One of the things I've been really frustrated with is the whole Battlefront 2 thing. Not so much the Battlefront 2 thing, because, you know, it's EA, we expect this, but when people turn around and say, give Hearthstone as an example of good microtransactions, Hearthstone's like the worst thing in the world for microtransactions, because, again, you buy card packs, you don't often get the cards you want, the drop rates are horrendous, the packs are really expensive, and the dust cost to get the cards you want is really high. So you're spending, like, to be competitive in Hearthstone, like I've said this before, you're probably dropping £100 per expansion. You know, if maybe 50 if you've been earning gold at a good rate. And to do that, you know, 3 expansions a year, that's £150 to £300 a year you have to spend. That doesn't seem good value for what you're essentially getting, which is a set of cards which will be out of date by the time the next expansion comes out. Like, and I don't mean, I'm not just saying like, oh well, good cards last forever. No, they literally take them out of rotation, so you can't use them in the standard format. Great. Genius. So yeah, it does frustrate me when people try to show Blizzard as the good guys in this. They're not. They're probably one of the worst people for it. You know, again, Overwatch, as I said, people go, oh well, it's only cosmetic items, it's okay. Just let people buy what they want to buy. That's what the whole campaign should be. It shouldn't be like, oh, get rid of microtransactions or do anything like that. It should just be let people buy what they want to buy. That's the thing you should take away. Now Battlefront 2 though is just a whole other like kettle of fish there. I genuinely don't know what the people at EA were thinking. Whether it was EA, whether it was developers, there's been lots of this kind of argument. At some point, a lot of very clever people were sat in a room somewhere and seemed to like totally like ignore any common sense whatsoever and decide that they would not only make their multiplayer based game pay to win, i.e. you can literally get upgrades, but have it so obnoxiously like expensive that unless you pay, you really cannot even be vaguely competitive in the game. Now I know they've taken away the microtransactions from the shop and all that kind of stuff for now, and that's the important bit for now. But I mean, EA have been doing this sort of thing for a long time. Look at like FIFA. I'm sure it's the same for like Madden and other things. But the Ultimate Team kind of side of things, you know, everything there is to make you buy and spend more money on the game. And I don't really have too much of a problem with FIFA's Ultimate Team because there's a lot of other content within the game which is really good. I've been playing the career mode and having a lot of fun. There's obviously like pro clubs, there's just, you know, random online tournaments and things like that you can do. So it doesn't worry me too much, but what does kind of annoy me a little bit about FIFA is that they blatantly are not updating those other modes. So career mode really like had hardly any updates whatsoever this year. Pro clubs has been like languishing in just like the depths of hell for many a update, many a season. Yeah, they're doing this whole journey thing, but realistically, who really cares about that? And whereas Ultimate Team, every year, new bells and whistles around it, because they want people to spend more money on it. It's sad, and I know EA have been called out by a lot of people, not just people, you know, who are customers or potential customers, but actual other studios. You know, I saw CD Projekt Red really laid into them in a tweet. Well, not laid into them as such, but really kind of like made a real snidey comment against them and basically called them greedy, which is not unrealistic. And yeah, you know, the only way that you know, these sort of like big companies like EA will learn is for you not to buy the product, and it's terrible because I'm sure Battlefront is actually a good fun game to play. It looks great. I haven't played it myself, but I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of fun. Single player is supposed to be pretty good, although fairly short, but good, so that's fine. And it's sad that the only way you can make a developer listen to not try and rip you off all the time is to just not buy the product. You know, I was like that with Shadow of War. Bloody Battlefront makes Shadow of War look like, you know, they make like, who is it? Warner, isn't it? I think, or WB Games. They make them look like a saint, you know, compared to them. So yeah, it's kind of sad the way things are going. But there are so many fantastic games out there which don't try and, you know, nickel and dime you. Divinity Original Sin 2, which I play, fantastic game. The game was only 30 quid when it came out, wasn't even like the full price, and it's got hundreds of hours of content probably in it, and it's really, really good, very interesting, fantastic game to play. You know, you have your Zelda and Mario, which are obviously great games for, you know, the regular price. Horizon Zero Dawn this year. There's been so many great games out there which are not trying to, you know, take extra money off you or lock things behind paywalls and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of sad, you know, and I know a lot of people talk about a game like Warframe as well. I've played a little bit of it, but not that much. So, like, as a kind of like a free-to-play model game, it's probably the best out there. Should I have my lights on? Yeah, I should. Why not? Yeah, it's a free-to-play kind of game. It's one of the best out there. So it's you know, fair play to the people who are actually making games, not trying to and trying to run a game like a business, which is fine. You've got to make money, but not try and actually just rob or make a game unfun for people who just literally can't afford to spend money on games, like other than the original price of the game. So there's lots of them out there. Just support those developers, buy their games, enjoy their games, and don't look back on those others. And it's difficult, I know that, especially for friends who've all, you know, got Battlefront. Maybe they're not in the loop. I used to have this as well, like my friends weren't really in the loop that much. didn't know about this type of stuff, they'd be like, yeah, we're going to get this game, and I'd be like, if I don't get this game, then I'm just playing on my own for the next like month, which is a little bit sad. But sometimes you kind of like, you just have to walk away from that type of thing because it's not fun for anybody. If somebody out there is, buying their way to just be, let's face it, way more effective than you. Obviously, cosmetically, like from a point of view of like Overwatch compared to Battlefront 2, Overwatch is the lesser of two evils, without a doubt. But then again, the whole basis of Overwatch doesn't really allow you to monetize in the same way as Battlefront does. Like, there's not a system which allows you to power up heroes or anything. It's literally just like the heroes are all the same. Cosmetically is how they change. So they have monetized everything they could really do within the way the game is played. But obviously Battlefront decided to take it just that little step further and said, this guy and I actually really wanted to play Battlefront, and maybe I'll have a look at it again like next year or something like that and see whether or not, or how things have been affected with the kind of like currency stuff and things like that. And is it a more reasonable prospect to be like, okay, the game's 20 quid now, maybe I'm going to spend 20 quid in the multiplayer, that's fine, and then I'm spending like 40 quid, which is what the game would have cost anyway. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. But honestly, there's so many good games out there this year that it just feels dumb to waste your time on the ones which are just not worth it. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be coming off here and getting up to our destination fairly soon of Tucumcari. I don't even know. I've never even heard of this place. I guess I'm very uncultured. It got dark pretty quick though, didn't it? Okay, let's turn off here. It's kind of nice we were just on like the one road all the way basically. It's nice. I like journeys like that. It's nice sometimes to go like around little B roads, stuff like that when you're driving yourself. It's good fun. What there's this guy doing? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, guys. Bloody hell, there's a lot of traffic here. Okay. Hopefully after these two should be able to go. Yep. Go, 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 go. Accelerate, truck, accelerate. As I said at the beginning, there is something very nice and just relaxing about these journeys. And, sooner or later I might be able to upgrade my truck and do all that kind of thing. I've got a lot more progress in Euro Truck Sim. I've got an actual fleet of trucks there, which is nice. And there you go, got a little achievement pop up, or at least 6 out of 14 needed for the achievement. So then we go right there, next right. Okay. Okay. Look at all these police cars. Slightly scary. Around here really reminds me of GTA 5, like the kind of desert type area in that. Which is a nice Land Rover. Okay. Who's gonna go next? Us? No, them. That guy in his big pickup truck. Okay, let's go, 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 go. Okay, here we go. Tucumcari. Oh god, I might have just hit something there on the way. Never mind. It's all good. We can go left there, but we're not going to. We go left up here. Okay, this seems fine. No one's coming. Round the corner. stop sign here, so I guess we have to do as it suggests and actually stop. Let's go. No cars around. Let's go. Just up here on the right. And here we are. Alright, what should we do? If we play it safe, where do we have to park? Ah, sod it. Let's get the extra XP. We can do this. He says, as he blatantly just hit something there. Okay. Okay. This has always happened to me. Never. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Okay. I think that'd be good here. Okay. Are you joking me? Oh. Good enough. Good enough. Get those couplers down. Awesome. Okay. Satisfactory. Okay, yeah, we did get 1,000 quid for the damage there, so fair enough. Can't argue with that, but otherwise it was fine, I guess. So there we go. Can get the old long distance on, I think. Actually, let's go for the high value. Let's get more money for the stuff we at stake, but as far as that go, guys, thanks for watching. It's always been my pleasure. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.